Along with Andrea Tanteros, Bob Beckel, Eric Bowling, and she eats nothing but ladybugs. It's Dana Perino. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, but what else is new? The Islamist terror threat remains a cancer on the globe, and I think I just insulted cancer. Iran, Pakistan, Kenya, America, it's everywhere. The argument to absolve terror is historical. Islamists and their Western apologists say there's nothing unique about Islamic terror, that every religion has had aggressors. True, during the Spanish Inquisition. But now, in this point in history, it's all Islam. What do Somalians, Arabs, white British females, adorable Chechens, and American Taliban all have in common during acts of terror? It's their radical Islam. Congrats, monsters. You own the title. Now, what if that mall attack had happened here in the United States? It would be on. But few freak out now because it's only Africa. Poor Kenya, one of the few African nations that works. But they're in a running battle with Muslim nuts. And Africa has enough problems. Islamists in North Africa conduct a slave trade, raiding non-Islamic villages for women and kids and selling them as slaves in Sudan. Religion of peace? My ass. Like Bob said, the first thing you have to do is admit there's a problem. The administration won't. Meanwhile, yesterday, a White House roundtable discussion was held in honor of Bisexual Visibility Day. Now, there's a problem the Obama administration tackles, a lack of bisexual visibility. But why close doors kind of hampers the whole visibility thing. The one visibility problem we don't have, sadly, is with terror. We see it. Obama sees it. He just won't speak its name.
You know, I'm reading that today for some reason.
I got a little stuck on a few words there,
Yeah,
Bob.
you did.
Historic or historical?
Historical.
Okay.
Well, should it have been historic?
I think so.
What
I'm
is
not
this?
sure.
Is it let's edit the monologue day?
I think you said it right.
I think I did say it right.
Can we defer to Dana on this one?
I wasn't paying attention to that part because I had a really good.
I'm out of here. See you guys later. I'm going to go do my red eye show.
Come on.
Because I had a really good line.
What?
Well, I just thought that when you were listing all the places where there had been recent terror attacks, you forgot 2 places:
What?
Fort Hood and Boston.
Yeah, well, I did say America at the end.
Right.
I have another
Yes.
one.
What?
The Green Movement. They're eco-terrorists.
Yeah. Remember what do you call the guys that used to put bolts in trees?
Yeah, Solyndra, too, and all the people who thought that we'd be better off with some green energy.
No, I don't want to put them as terrorists.
I was going to say, I don't know if you can make that comparison
Well,
between green terrorists and actual radical Islamic terrorists. One's been killing us for 1,400 years, since the days of Thomas Jefferson. One is commanded to continue to kill because a day of jihad is better than a month of peace. And if you cannot take them by the carrot, you take them by the sword. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what you saw in Kenya. Yeah. They were quizzing people. Do you know the name of Mohammed's mother? They were quizzing them. If they didn't know it, boom, gone. And they will continue to do it until we're all Muslims or we're all ruled by Muslims. It has been historical, and it is prophecy, and that's what they believe, and I wouldn't compare them to green terrorists.
As I suggested, I don't know the name of his mother, and I don't care. I did hear, though, finally, somebody in the Muslim world stood up and said this was a bad thing, and that was some cleric in Saudi Arabia. I applaud him. Now, where are the other 100 million of you?
100 million? How about like 1.3 billion?
1.3 billion. I mean, the 100 million who are the terrorists is 10%, right?
Yeah, it's less than 10%.
Yeah. Dana, what do you make of the root cause argument that they always make for terror? But if you just go far enough, you can justify almost any evil, right?
I think, they prey on hopeless societies.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any hope or prayer of getting a job, having a good life, then you turn to terrorism. That's definitely true all around the world. The thing that I wonder about the Nairobi incident, when they were in the mall, why didn't some brave Muslim yell the name of Muhammad's mother so that everybody had the answer? If that was happening, that would have been a brave and smart thing to do. But you know what? That would have been
cheating.
He would have saved.
They had a follow-up question, which was, quote, something from the Quran. And I think they would have continued to try and trap people into quoting things from the Quran. It would have been, radical Islamic trivia.
The weird thing about the
Jeopardy.
The
Jihad Jeopardy.
the imams that don't say anything, we know that they know how to get a crowd. Remember the Danish cartoonist when he did the cartoon and they were offended? They said that Muhammad was disrespected. There were crowds there. They all spoke out in unison. There were protests. It's not that they're incapable of doing it, it's that they're not willing to do it.
You know, the interesting about quoting the Quran says that you're not supposed to kill innocents who are not in combat with you, particularly women and children, which is exactly what they did. So I assume that they're going against their own religion, and if that's the case, why don't you kick them all out? Here's a thought. By the way, I heard from plenty of you Muslims yesterday, and I'll repeat my point again. Never mind. I don't even bother with you.
Let's go to the U.S.